on, everybody? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley. Welcome to Steelers Almighty. This is the Steelers pregame show, or Steelers Almighty pregame show. Final game of the regular season, Steelers against the Bengals. Man, a lot to either be excited about, a lot to kind of break down, a lot to look forward to, a lot of meaning. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this football game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited to talk about it. The Steelers have an opportunity here. It looks like everybody's going to play, so there's not any because I was talking about how the Steelers might rest some guys if it didn't mean anything. I guess they could still possibly do that, but I don't think that's going to happen. So let's break all of this down. First things first, though, before we do, again, Steelers Almighty on YouTube, anywhere that you get a podcast, also on social media. We started up our memberships, people. We've gotten some members already. We've got several different tiers that you can get into. Look, today we're going to be streaming the game live on this channel. So if you want to become a member and stream the game and stream me, you can absolutely do that. Get all my reactions. There's a membership that you can get, the Hall of Fame tier, that you'll be able to watch me, my reaction, what I'm talking about during the game if you choose to do so. So we've got some people that are already signed up to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to getting all that kicked off with you guys today. So I really, really appreciate all the support that you guys have given us. So let's get into this game. So first things first, they don't really, because I'm looking up here, they don't have the inactive list as of yet, because you know that doesn't come out for 90 minutes. But I'm guessing everybody's in. I'm guessing everybody is in. The only person that I would guess is not going to play, Roman Wilson, is going to be out. I don't think anybody expected him to play anyway. Cole Holcomb, Logan Lee, guys that came back to practice this week. Those guys aren't playing. Cole Holcomb, obviously. Logan Lee, you knew it was a long shot. I thought it was a long shot for Roman Wilson as well. They haven't seen enough to be able to give him a helmet for the game, so they have already designated those three as being out. Dante Jackson is questionable. I would find it hard for me to believe, unless something else happens, I would find it hard for me to believe that Dante Jackson doesn't play in this football game. So, yeah, that's kind of where we at as far as the injuries are concerned. All hands on deck for the Steelers. So it looks like they're going for it. It looks like they're going to win. It looks like they're trying to end this 3-game losing streak. Here's the thing about the losing streak, and I want to talk about this, is if you looked at this at the beginning of the year, how many of us honestly thought the Steelers were going to win any of those games? Like, maybe there were some people that thought, okay, well, you know, we kind of got the Ravens number. We'll beat them. But if we're being honest, did you think we were going on the road to beat Philly, then going on the road to beat Baltimore, then coming back home on Christmas Day, all these games in 11 days and beating the Chiefs? I mean, at the beginning of the year, I said no. I thought the Steelers would be right in this position at 10-6 and that they would win their last game. Now, everything else, as far as how they got to 10-6, it's a little convoluted on my predictions, but I thought we'd be right here. And this is not just me blowing smoke. You can go back and you can look. One of our very first podcasts, one of our very first videos that we did, the schedule had come out, and this was my schedule prediction. We'd be right here, and we'd win this game to win 11 football games. I think there was a lot of you out there that kind of said the same thing. So if there is a silver lining in the fact that we've lost 3 straight, is that a lot of you, along with myself, thought the Steelers would lose these 3 games at the beginning of the year. Well, we did. Well, now how do we get out of it? And it looks like Mike Tomlin has just said, we're getting out of it. This is the way we're going to do it. And that's it. I like it. I like that approach. I like the approach that we're just going to get after them. And if that's the way we're going to do it, okay, go win. Throw caution to the wind. Doesn't matter. I mean, he's looking at it as, we don't want anybody to get hurt, but we need to win this football game. It's not the approach that I would have taken, but I don't disagree with it. I don't think there was a right or a wrong answer, to be honest with you, on what the Steelers did with their starters in this football game. I really don't. I don't think there was a right or a wrong answer. There was a ton of you out there that thought the Steelers just need to go win the football game. Like I said, I don't disagree. Just wouldn't have been my preferred method, but I understand the logic. I absolutely understand the logic. So, well, I don't know. We've got to beat the Bengals. If we're going for it, here's the thing. If we're going for it, we have to win this football game. Is it make or break, or your season's over if you don't? No, obviously not. We're going to get a football game next week because we're in the playoffs. But my thinking is, if we want to do anything in the playoffs, this has to be a game you win. We've had a couple of those games this year where, hey, if you want to be taken seriously, you have to go win this football game. Well, this is one of them. This is one of them. The Bengals are hot. They're playing good football the last month. They're trying to get into the playoffs. The Bengals are going to bring out all the stops in this football game. They have to win to be able to get into the playoffs. So you're going to get their absolute best shot. Well, okay, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? If we want to do anything in the playoffs, we're going to have to be able to beat teams that are going to give us their best shot. That it's just as simple as that. And if we're not capable of that, well, then it is what it is. I think the Steelers are. I think the Steelers have an opportunity here. And I feel like Mike Tomlin is saying the same thing. We've got an opportunity. If we want to be who we are capable of being in the playoffs, let's go for it now. Playoff mode has already begun, and it's time to play like it. So I think that's kind of where we're at. So, again, if you want your question or your statement or your rant up on the screen, you know exactly how to do that. Super chats are wide open if you want to help support the channel in that way. Again, I will mention this to you. We are streaming the game today in the membership side of Steelers Almighty. So if you're not a member, make sure you sign up and get to the tier that will have you streaming the football game, getting all my reactions, questions. You'll watch me tweet, talk, go crazy during the football game. All of that is available in our membership session starting today, starting right now. So you will be able to go on the front page of Steelers Almighty. You'll be able to click and join the membership. You get to the certain level that you want to get to as far as me streaming the game. You'll be able to do that. So it is available. So let me do this. We haven't done this in a while. Where's everybody calling from? Let's do a roll call in here for Steeler fans. Where is everybody calling from? I will start. I am in North Texas, or North Dallas, I should say, in Frisco, Texas. Where is everybody? Where's Steeler Nation at today? Where are we all calling from? Get in the chat and let everybody know where you're at. Atlanta, Georgia, California. Yeah, we're everywhere, man. Wyoming. Yeah, I love that. Prescott, Arizona. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, stays in New York. I like it. Man, Rob is in Dallas, Texas. You're not far from me, Rob. Houston, Texas, from my man Byron. Annapolis, Maryland. My cousin went there to the Naval Academy. So, my man Easy Rollins with the super chat. Calling from Harlem. What's going on, man? Yeah, I love doing a roll call from time to time. Detroit, Michigan. So our man Paranormal says his son is a diehard Steelers fan at the Ravens game today. I got it. Oh, you got it. Youngstown, Canton, Cincinnati representing the Stingles. There you go, Bubba Gaming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alaska. Absolutely. We're everywhere, aren't we? Steeler Nation is everywhere, people. We're everywhere. But this is a big game today. Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Yeah, this is a big game today, man. Big game. Like I said, Mike Tomlin appears to be going for it. He's saying that playoff mode has started this week. I can dig it. Like I said, it's not the route that I would have went. I would have went with resting starters. But Mike Tomlin has said, nope, we got to get out of this funk. We got to play good football starting today. If we're going to go in the playoffs, we need to go in the playoffs playing good football. I totally understand the decision. So Vancouver Island. So I get it. I get it. We got to go. We got to play physical today. We have to play physical today. You know, that is my question. The Steelers, they've got to go play physical. If they do, then we got an opportunity here. Then we have an opportunity. If the Steelers go at this thing and they half-ass it, then it's a problem. Then it's a problem. They can't do that today. We got to go and take the fight to the Cincinnati Bengals because, again, the Bengals are fighting for their playoff lives. A lot of things have to happen in their favor for them to get into the playoffs, but they can't get in if they lose. And all the things that have to happen, they happen after their game. Like, they're not going to know anything about them getting into the playoffs until tomorrow. So the first thing that the Bengals have to do is win this football game, and that's what they're going to try to do. I think the Steelers got to get after it. Yeah, my man Byron says no turnovers or slow starts. Absolutely. Come out aggressive. Who's to say that the Steelers can't just, when we get the football, we're going down the field early and often. Damn the run game. Let's not do that. Let's just go down the field. Let's play action pass, first play of the foot. We don't even have to play action pass. I don't care if you know what we're doing. We're going deep down the field on you. Stop us. Stop us. So, Arch Baby Doll, what's going on there? Do you feel the O-line will be physical today? I do feel the O-line will be physical today. I do feel like they will. And they're going to need to. They're going to need to. So, Arch Baby Doll, we are going to be in there today. We're going to be in there. Membership. We'll be streaming the game today. Or you'll be streaming me while I'm watching the game today. So, make sure you come in there. Make sure that you come in. First off, I want to tell everybody, our very first member, Arch Baby Doll. We started our membership, signed up immediately. So I want to give a huge shout out and support to Arch Baby Doll, man. Like I said, always in the chat, always in the lives, always supporting the channel. We love it. We love you. Thank you so much for doing that. But we literally just started. And it's going to get so much better. And it all starts today while we're watching this game, man. So we appreciate you. So, Big B, is today an audition to become the voice of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Mr. Andre Green, I'll take the job. I will 1,000% take the job. Now, I'm not going to do it as a broadcaster. I'm not going to do it. Y'all know I'm a fan, and this is a channel for fans. I'm going to do it exactly like that. I'm going to tell you what I see and all that good stuff as the game's going on, because I'm going to be watching the game like you guys. But I'm going to do it as a crazed fan. So, crazed fan. Big B, what is one position group that needs to improve today to give you hope for the playoffs? Offensive line. Just like Arch Baby Doll said, offensive line. Steelers' offensive line got to play better. If they play better, then everybody else will play better. Look, it's a cliche. I know it is. But if the offensive line doesn't play good, then the offense isn't going to be any good. Now, you could say the flip side, well, come on, Big B, look at Cincinnati. Their offensive line is terrible, and Joe Burrow still makes it happen. Do the Steelers have Joe Burrow? Do the Steelers have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins? No. So if you don't have those things, then yeah, your offensive line can play bad when you have them, and you can still have a very good offense. Think about if the Bengals had just a decent offensive line. How good would they be? Lord have mercy. But the Steelers need to have a good offensive line in order to play well. Arch Baby Dog again with the super chat. I'll be watching the live stream. Thank you for the shout out. Absolutely, man. You know how much we love you and the support that you give us. So, and again, the live stream is only of me. You can't live stream the actual game and me show that on YouTube. It's literally just me watching a game, telling you what I see, all that good stuff. A fan being a fan. It's going to be a lot of fun. What I do during the game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Do you think the Bengals can upset the Bills if they make it into the playoffs? Probably. I mean, look, it's the NFL, man. It's the NFL. Anybody can win on any given Sunday. So anybody can win on any given Sunday. So Arch Baby Doll says that D's got to apply pressure. Absolutely. Can't sit back. I showed you all in the all 22, it's not always about us getting out of the zone. We're not great and when we're in man defense, but we got to have good communication. And I think the Steelers are probably going to employ the same strategy as they did the last time against the Bengals. Remember the last time against the Bengals, they double-teamed Jamar Chase, and they left Joey Porter Jr. to cover T. Higgins. Now, JPJ had an awful game. He had a million penalties. It was just a terrible, terrible game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But until that long pass to Jamar Chase, they kept him in check. They kept him under control. You know, Jamar Chase got that long. It was like a 60-yarder near the end of the game. And don't get me wrong, that those yards count. But for the most part, they had kept him under control. But what the Steelers have to do, they got to be able to apply pressure. Apply pressure without blitzing. We're going to see how healthy TJ Watt is today. We'll see how effective Alex Highsmith can be today. Cam Hayward, can he do his thing again today? We need a Keanu Benton sighting. We need a Keanu Benton to raise havoc. We need something out of the ordinary. We need Patrick Queen to get out of his feelings and stop blaming everybody for any mistake. Him and Deshaun Elliott. Just go play football, man. Don't turn around with your hands on your hips or looking like this. Who's doing that? What? Stop. Just go play football. Just go play football. Somebody makes a mistake. Okay, let them know. Get to the next play. Little encouragement. Hey, forget that play. Let's play the next play. Let's make a stop on the next play. It isn't going to get any better by pointing the fingers. That's not how this works. You know, be frustrated. I understand being frustrated, but pointing the fingers, you know, again, another old cliche. When you point fingers, there's always one pointing back at you, and that's the thumb. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Just stop with the pointing and just go play football. Just go smack somebody around. That's what I say. That's what I say. I mean, you had all this time off. You had time to fix the communication. It's time to go to work today and go win a football game that you need to win. Again, does it mean that the Steelers season is over if they don't win? Nope, not at all. However, if we want to be taken seriously in the playoffs, which a lot of people don't even take the Steelers seriously now, they don't take the Steelers as a serious contender. Okay. But if we want to be taken at least a little bit more or seriously at all, you have to go win this football game because the Bengals are going to give you everything they got because the Bengals have to win to get into the playoffs. They have to win so that you are going to get their absolute best shot. So if you want to be taken seriously, take their best shot, go win the football game. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Just go win the football game. Big B, I feel like George Pickens needs to be force-fed the ball. Do you agree? I mean, here's the thing about Pickens. First of all, I can tell you this: I'm at the end of my rope with George Pickens. But if he's on my football team, the Steelers got to throw him the football. Period. End of story. I just don't want to hear it. Two things can be true, and I know there's a lot of you fans out there just like me that are conflicted. You don't like the George Pickens, his attitude, everything that he brings off the field, but he's still ultra talented. If he's on my football team, you got to throw him the football. Give the man 11 targets today. That's going to require him to run an awful lot of routes, even when he's not necessarily the primary target. George Pickens needs to play football today and stop the nonsense. Just, it is what it is. It's that time. It's time for George Pickens to be that guy. It's time. And you're right. Force feed him the ball. Give him 11 targets. Go win the football game. Again, I'm at my wit's end. I'm done with him, to be quite frank with you. But he's on our football team. And if he's on our football team, we need him to win. So go give him the football. Give him the football. It is what it is. It is what it is. So don't like it, but yeah, somebody a couple of targets in the first drive. Hell, like I mentioned earlier, go down the field on the first damn play. Give George Pickens an opportunity on the first play of the game. Just say, Russ, throw him a moon ball down the sideline. This is what we're doing the first play of the game. Go give it to him. Hell, I'd line up trips to the right side, Pickens to the left side, and let him make a choice. And throw the ball down the field to him and say, go make a play, young man. Go make a play. Andrew Silva, thanks for the super pat. Is GP going to get this 1,000-yard season? I believe he will. I believe he will. He's not that far away. He's not that far away. You know, if I'm looking at this correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am, and he's 100 yards. I mean, he can't get 100 yards against the Bengals secondary? I would hope. Now, it requires a lot. Offensive line got to block. Russ has got to get out of his funk. But, yeah, like I said, we've all been saying the same thing. Think outside the box, Steeler fans. Or Steelers offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith. We've all been thinking outside the box. You've got to do it too. Here's your opportunity. Go air it out. We did that against the Bengals in the first game. They couldn't stop us. Lord have mercy. We'll do it again. Go do it again. There's nothing saying that we can't go and torch this football team again. Nothing that says we can't do it. And I think we should be able to. Williams or Pickens deep on the first drive. Hey, here's what I say. They're going to be lined up in cover 2. If we go to trips, the Bengals are going to be lined up in cover 2. You put Pickens on the left side. You put Williams all the way on the right on the outside. You get Freiermuth and you get Calvin Austin. You have one run either a comeback route or a stop route. You have one run an out or an in. And you send both of them, Williams and Pickens, and let somebody make a decision. Or you run Calvin Austin in the middle of the field, which is probably what you should do. Pickens, Austin, Williams, Freiermuth. Let's go 2 by 2. Run both of them. They're going to be in cover 2. You know the Bengals are going to be in cover 2 because they can't cover anybody. So they're going to be in cover 2. Run Williams and Pickens on go routes. Run Austin down the middle of the field on a deep post. Run Freiermuth on a 16-yard dig. Offensive line's got to block. And let them make a choice. Just see what happens. First play of the game. First play of the game. Put some stress on Cincinnati. Put some damn stress on them, man. And make them make a decision on what they want to do. That's what I'm talking about. Go make them make a decision. And I mean, I like the idea. And again, offensive line has to do their job. No, this is not just on the wide receivers and the quarterback, but let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. And I think that's the approach we need to keep all game. Put the pressure on. Put the pressure on. So let's see. Arch Baby Doll says McCormick and Jones need to step up. Yeah. And pass to Muth. Yep. Muth needs to have a good game today. Muth and Pickens need to have a big game today. And McCormick and Broderick Jones, it's time. It's just time. Look, we can talk about McCormick's lack of technique till the cows come home. It's not going to get any better here to the end of the season. It's not going to get any better. So now it's just about fight. It's about fight and want to. You know? Just fight and want to. And Broderick, it's always been about that. It's always been. He's got the talent. It's just got to do enough. Got to give enough effort. Got to give enough effort. So I'll be looking forward to that. I'll be looking forward to it. My man Alex King says, where the hell is Nick Herbig? I mean, look, I think Nick Herbig is fine, but I think a lot of people, at the beginning of the year or when they were screaming that Nick Herbig needs to take Alex Highsmith's spot, and I was just like, he's not as good as him. And a lot of people say, oh, yeah, he is. We need to just, Highsmith needs to be the backup. I'm like, come on, man. Alex Highsmith is one of the best edge players when it comes to playing the run. He just is. And Nick Herbig is not even in the same universe playing the run as Alex Highsmith is. Not even in the same universe. That's not his fault, but it's just the truth. And he hadn't shown up much at all over the last several weeks. Now, I would say this. I think Herbig and that hamstring injury, I think it's still lingering. I think he's out there playing, but I think it's still lingering. Look, hamstrings are tricky, man. They are. And if you know it, when he hurt his, he couldn't even get off the field. So I think it's still probably bothering him. He doesn't have the type of explosion. But here's another thing, man. Teams get tape on you. And when teams get tape on you, they can scheme and plan for you and game plan for you. I think a little bit of that is what's going on. Plus, the Steelers aren't, we're so vanilla with what we do up front with our guys. Like, you don't ever see any TN stunts or NT stunts or just nose tackle and defensive tackles crossing. We don't do any zone blitz. We don't do any of that stuff. So when it's just, hey, we got 4 guys, they're just going to try to rush and beat us, you can game plan for that. You can game plan for that. The Steelers are so vanilla with what they do up front. We can talk about the Browns till the cows come home and how that organization is just absolute dog water. But give me Jim Schwartz as a defensive coordinator, because do you know how they move Myles Garrett all across the line, up and down, every position, twist, and everything? Well, why don't we do that? I know TJ Watt doesn't like necessarily doing that, but you know what? If it's the best thing for our team, every sack doesn't have to go through TJ Watt. That's the difference. Look, TJ, I get you don't like rushing on the outside, but if we put you at a 3 technique and have you loop all the way around, number one, it can help you get a sack, but it can help somebody else. So I don't know. I'm not blaming TJ Watt. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, as a defensive coordinator, yeah, sometimes you put guys in positions, maybe they don't like it, but if it's for the best for the team, then they got to do it. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So, but I see this as a game. The Steelers just got to get out there and they just got to get physical. They got to be the more physical team. They got to be the aggressive team. My man Byron has said it already. None of this passive coming out, not being ready to play, going 3 and out on the first 3 or 4 drives, stuff like that. No. Because, again, You've got an opportunity. I mean, here's my thinking, and you all tell me if you agree or disagree. If the Steelers are going for it in this game, which they are, that's why they're playing all their guys. If they're going for it in this football game, then why wouldn't you come out aggressive? Like why would you come out passive? Why would you come out slow? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. If we're going for it in this game, then you come out aggressive. Come out doing things that they don't believe that you're going to do. That on offense and defense. Go get after it. But if you're going to come out slow and then we look up and we're down 13-0 at the end of the first quarter, well, then why not rest everybody? That would be my thing. If you're going to come out with a conservative game plan, why wouldn't you just rest everybody? And I'm telling you right now, if that's what the Steelers do, I'm going to be destroying Mike Tomlin. I'm going to destroy Mike Tomlin if the Steelers come out, we play all our starters, and we come out with a passive game plan. I'm telling you right now. So for all the people out there that love Mike Tomlin, regardless of what he does, if this is what he does, be prepared. And don't be just prepared for me. Be prepared for all Steeler Nation to be on top of his head because it won't make any sense. Here we are. We're playing our starters in this game, in a game that technically we don't have to have. And then you're going to come out with a passive game plan? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So, I don't want to hear it. So, Alonzo Dunn, thank you, my man, for the super chat and always supporting the channel. Said he came in late here for the mighty Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go. That's right, Alonzo. We're ready. We are ready today. So, And this is a good point. Arch Baby Doll says, especially if one of our starters gets hurt. You're telling me that we're going to come out with a passive game plan and a starter of ours also gets hurt in this game? I'll be furious. I don't want to hear it. So, I don't want to hear it. We're going to shut this one down, people. So, this is a good point, Barman Paranoia. He's always in here supporting us, man. Give me those game prediction scores. I'll go first. I say 34-33 Steelers, Boz late. Give me 34-34 Steelers. What do you guys got? What do you guys got? It's going to be interesting. But I think the Steelers just got to come out aggressive. Come out aggressive, get after it, and beat them up. That's what I would say. Come out aggressive, get after them, and beat them up. I got a 24-21 Steelers. Boswell, yeah. I think Boz late. 35-26 Steelers. 24-21 Steelers. So, Blueprint is out. Every team here on out will dink and dunk up and down the field. There you go, Dylan. There's that positivity we're talking about. 30-27, says our man Baby Gap. 30-10 Bengals, says MLK. I think that's milk. Wouldn't be surprised if it's low scoring. I would be surprised. Because I don't think the Steelers have the type of offense that can just hold the ball and go on 16-play drives and stuff like that. I don't think so. I think the Steelers, they've got to score because, look, we've proven it. We'll turn the football over. And you go on long drives like that, you're more prone to turning the football over because of so many plays. I think they got to score. I think they got to go score. So weather is going to be cold, but I don't think it's going to be like there's no precipitation. I don't think it's going to be like crazy windy or anything like that. I haven't heard anything like that. I heard that it was going to be, cold, but as far as anything else, I didn't hear that. I heard it's going to be like 17 at game time, which, I mean, look, if it's cold, it's cold. It is what it is. So, oh, nope, it just changed. Now, cloudy, who cares if it's cloudy? It's going to be dark out, so that doesn't matter. It's not no precipitation, but 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Well, that changes things. That's going to change things a little bit. 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Yeah, that'll change things a lot. So, we'll see, man. We will see. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm going to be in the chat or I'm going to be in the live membership. So if you guys are not members, make sure that you sign up. You can find it on the front page. Hit join. The membership. Hall of Fame member will get you in to live stream the football game with me today. We literally just opened those things up. We already got members involved. So if you guys are not already a member, make sure that you do sign up. And I will see you at the game. Also, 15 minutes after the game, we're going to be right here. We're going to be right here talking about exactly what happened in this football game. So your day won't be over. Get you a glass or whatever and come on in here right after the game. We're going to talk about exactly what we saw. I'm excited about this one. I think the Steelers got it, man. I think the Steelers got it. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you as always. And I will talk to you guys at the game.